Being broke in your 20s feels like an inescapable trap. Last month, I looked at my bank account, saw double digits, and realized something had to change. So I forced myself to do a brutal 30-day budget challenge. No eating out, no impulse clicks, just pure financial discipline. I thought it was going to be an absolute nightmare. And honestly, some days it was. But what happened to my bank account and my sanity by day 30 was something I completely did not expect. If you're tired of watching your money vanish every single month, you need to hear exactly how this went down. Before we get into this week fun, let's talk about why even I did this. A lot of financial gurus tell you to invest in stocks or start 5 side hustles. But when you only have 50 bucks left after rent, you can't invest in anything. But problem wasn't that I wasn't making money. My problem was that I had no idea where it was going. It was leaking out of my accounts in $5 chunks. So I set three simple non negotiable rules for these 30 days. Rule number one, the fixed expense lockdown. Rent, bills, and phone data were paid. Everything else was frozen. Rule number two, the needs only grocery run. If it wasn't a basic ingredient to cook a meal, it didn't go in the cart. That means no snacks, no energy drinks, and definitely no fast food. And rule number three, the 48-hour rule for buying things online. If I wanted a shirt or a game, I had to wait 2 full days before buying it. Day one started. I felt motivated. I felt like a financial genius. But reality hits you fast. The first 3 days were easy. You were riding high on that motivation. But by day five, the psychological warfare started. It's Friday night. Your friends text you to grab food, and you have to be awkward person who says sorry. I can't. I'm doing a budget challenge. You feel like an absolute loser. This is where I realized how much of my money spending was just emotional. Every time I was bored, I would open an app and look at things to buy. Every time I didn't feel like cooking, I had spent $20 on delivery. Cooking every single meal for the first 2 weeks felt like a full time job. I burned eggs, I made bland chicken, and I genuinely missed the convenience of just tapping my card without thinking. But around day 12, something weird happened. I opened my banking app to check the damage, expecting it to be near zero, like usual. But for the first time in months, there was a cushion. I hadn't made any extra money. But because I wasn't constantly bleeding cash on dumb things, the balance wasn't dropping. That was the first moment I realized wait, this might be actually working. By week 3, the cravings to spend money actually started to fade. It turns out your brain gets used to anything. I got better at cooking. I started finding free things to do. And I stopped looking at shopping apps out of habit. The biggest eye opener during week 3 was the 48-hour rule. I remember seeing a pair of shoes online that I swore I needed, but I put them on the 48-hour clock. By the time 2 days passed, I literally forgot the shoes even existed. It made me realize how many hundreds of dollars I had thrown away in the past on random spikes of dopamine that didn't matter to me 2 days later. Week 4 was all about the countdown. I wanted to see the final number. I wanted to know if all this sacrifice, all the cooking, and all the saying no to my friends was actually worth it, or if I just tortured myself for 30 days for nothing. So day 30 hits. I sat down, opened my app, and did the math. By cutting out fast food, holding back on impulse buys, and sticking strictly to my grocery list, I saved exactly $250 to $300 more than I usually do in a month. Now that might not sound like enormous money to some people, but to someone in their 20s who is used to scraping by, that is a life-changing cushion. That is an emergency fund. That is peace of mind. But the biggest thing I gained wasn't even the cash, it was the realization that being broke isn't always about how much you make. It's about how much control you have. Before this challenge, my money controlled me. Every advertisement, every craving, every friend requested dictated where my cash went. This challenge gave me the steering wheel back. You don't need to do a brutal challenge forever, but if you are struggling right now, just try forcing yourself to step back for a couple of weeks. Look at your habits thoroughly. Okay, if you found this valuable, or if you're trying to figure out your own money situation in your 20s and want to see how I build up from here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. down below. We are growing this challenge from scratch, and I appreciate every single one of you who is here early. Let me know in the comments if you are ever tried a budget challenge, and I will see you in the next video.